I know if you clicked on this video, you want concrete steps on how you can build wealth towards your first or maybe even your next $1 million. In this video, we're going to talk about how to build wealth. Warren Buffett is widely regarded as the greatest investor ever and has a net worth of over $100 billion. But this wasn't always the case. Buffett got his start at just 11 years old when he made his first investment by purchasing 3 shares of City Service preferred at $38 per share. The most crucial lesson from studying Buffett is the value of being what he refers to as a learning machine. I ask in exchange for your like on the video that follows that you watch numerous interviews with Buffett and read pretty much everything he has ever written. The main goal is to become one of the most qualified individuals in your chosen profession, since once you reach that level of expertise, you can essentially charge anything you want for your services, which will lead to your revenues to soar. Buffett has claimed that he has never witnessed a person achieve extraordinary success without constantly striving to improve and broaden their knowledge and abilities. Educating for the sake of learning is not just what's being done here. If you're the best guy or sought-after candidate for your profession in your area, then you may charge little to tens of thousands of dollars per hour. And your customers and clients would surely not question any of it. Pay attention to Charlie Munger, Buffett's business associate. Describe how Buffett's success has been based on his ability to constantly learn. Without Buffett, the record would have been impossible. And the same is true in lower rungs of society. I frequently see people succeed in life who are not the brightest or even the most diligent, but who are learning machines. They always go to bed a little wiser than they did when they woke up. And surely, that would really help, especially if you have a long road ahead of you. Many people are unaware of the fact that Warren Buffett was an entrepreneur when he was still a child. And as a teenager before, he does side jobs even back when these gigs were not even cool yet. And you know what? He was the best at it. When he was very young, he would purchase packs of cola bottles and sell each one for a coin, making about a penny on each bottle sold. He then upgraded to pinball business, and one of his most successful ideas involved opening barbershops and pinball machines. According to Buffett, he purchased a pinball machine for $25 in 1946 and went on to create a small empire out of it. Buffett made a straightforward offer to the owner of the barbershop. "Let me put this pinball machine in your barbershop. While people are waiting to get their haircut, they can pay a nickel to play. Any money will then be split between the owner of the barbershop and Buffett." This venture was successful right away. The first night after he installed the pinball machine in the barbershop, Buffett collected $4 in nickels. After a week, Buffett had $25, which was enough money. The lesson from Buffett's business endeavors as a child and teenager is still as meaningful as ever. Starting some kind of business, even if it's something you do on the side and isn't your full-time job, can be extremely powerful to getting towards your first $1 million. He eventually ended up selling the business that he started with just $25 for $1,000 a year later. Let me explain why the math underlying the claim is so convincing. Let's pretend you are a school teacher and earn $50,000 per year at your day job. With this salary, let's say you are able to save $5,000 each year after covering all of your living expenses. Your annual savings can increase by a factor of 7 if you can run a side business that brings $30,000 a year, whether it be a gardening firm, a website, or just about anything else. Here's how your money from your day job pays for everything. This means that any extra money you make from your side business can all be put forward into saving and investing, increasing your annual savings limit from $5,000 to $35,000. This means that you can now save and invest 7 times as much money as you could before you started, allowing you to accumulate wealth much more quickly. When Buffett discovered the power of compound interest, his perspective on money and wealth completely changed. In fact, His official biography is called Snowball because he equates compound interest to rolling a snowball down a hill, the one Buffett frequently talks about. If you are only saving money and not investing it, it will take significantly longer to reach the $1 million target. If you put away $25,000 a year without investing it, it will take you 40 years to accumulate $1 million. If you invest the same $25,000 and get a 10% return, however, you will reach your goal in just 17 years, which is less than half the time it would have taken if you hadn't been investing. In this example, you would have only put away $425,000 and would have received a 1% interest. This is the power of compound interest Buffett is referring to. Once you comprehend this idea, you won't think a new car costs only $50,000. As Buffett says, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Just as the power of compound interest can work wonders for you in your investment account, it can also work against you if you aren't attentive. Compound interest works against those with significant sums of high-interest debt, which is why Americans have been making payments on their credit card and student loans for years, but still owe the same amount of money, if not more. In order to even have money to invest in, you first need to be able to save money, making sure compound interest is working for you rather than against you. Typically, the more money someone earns, the more they spend on upgrading their lifestyles with bigger homes, luxury cars, and better vacations. But Buffett takes a different approach. Buffett today resides in Omaha, Nebraska, in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,500, and he only receives a base salary of $100,000 as chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. Buffett is one of the world's wealthiest people, but he leads a simple and modest existence. The math is straightforward. If you live simply and cut costs, there are possibilities to save, invest, and benefit from compound interest. It'll take you longer to reach your first $1 million this way. Avoiding what is known as lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep is one of the most crucial elements of wealth creation. Lifestyle inflation is the phenomenon where people tend to spend more on living expenditures as their income rises and buy nicer cars, live in more luxurious homes and apartments, and take more luxurious holidays. Lifestyle inflation is similar to running on a treadmill. When you earn more money, you go faster, but you don't save any money because your expenses are rising at a rate that is equal to your income growth. When an individual is avoiding lifestyle inflation to the extreme, then he or she can keep their living expenditures stable. But you don't have to be extreme in order to truly build wealth and hit that first $1 million target. You just have to resist the urge to have your living expenses increase at the same rate as your income grows. It's simple math. The larger the gap between your income and living expenditures, the more you may save and invest. And eventually, the sooner you will be able to accomplish the objective of owning your first $1 million. I want to help you become a better investor and develop wealth, so please like this video and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Also, please share your opinions in the comments section below. See you guys soon on our next video.